Welcome to the Coop&Duck podcast, episode 67. This is a Coopus podcast, so this is just the Duck podcast. I am being joined by a friend, Pin. He's not here yet, so I thought I'd kick us off. It was a beautiful sunny autumn day in Norwich today, but it's clouded over just in time for our intriguing clash with Hull today. Obviously, Hull were in the Prem last year. They've got some quality. They've had a bit of a so-so start to the year. I think they're mid-table somewhere, but they did absolutely smash Birmingham last outing before the international break, 6-1. So I think we could be in for a tasty game. In terms of the teams aren't out yet. So we've got it's anyone's guess, but we've got some injuries. And Marley Watkins was suspended for that ridiculous tackle towards the end of the Reading game. But we'll expect Angus Gunn, Pinto, Closer, Zimmerman, James Husband. Obviously, Stiperman's still injured. That's the one that worries me slightly, I think. Obviously, Husband played valiantly in the Reading game and did his bit. Hopefully, he'll do his bit today. But I do feel he's a bit limited compared to Stiperman, so that's a bit of a worry. Tribal in. Obviously, he's dope. Tetty's out, which is a big thing for us. And I suppose probably the biggest question mark for Farker is, does he go Vrancic or does he go Harrison Reed? I suspect he'll go Vrancic. Obviously, the fans want to see Harrison Reed because he's tastier. But I think possibly Vrancic is a more physical and assured player defensively. So he might get the nod. But again, I mean, big shoes to fill. Alex Tetty, since we brought him back in, that really coincided with our amazing run of clean sheets and low goal conceding games. Josh Murphy's out, broken toe. Is it broken toe? Stubbed toe. You know what footballers are like. So we'll expect to see Yannick the Clock Eater Wiltshire in. So that's fine. And then, I think we'll see Cameron Jerome. I think Jerome will start as he did against Reading, but I think Nelson Oliveira is healthy again now. So that'll be interesting. If he is healthy, I've no doubt we will see some of Nelson today. If he gets the nod starting-wise, I think that would surprise me. But again, I think the fans want him in there because he is more of a goal scorer than Cam, although Cam maybe runs the channels and pulls defenders about a little bit more. He's just got a habit of missing sitters, as we all know. So, yeah, that's about it. I mean, Hull, it's rugby league country, really, isn't it? They don't have a lot of fans. They play in that waspy kit. I think they're a bit of a nothing team, really, although they do have some quality players, and obviously they were Prem. So I think it's a definite test for us. And I think they've scored more goals than anyone in the champ. So that would test our newfound defensive fortitude. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We're going to have a couple of beers. It's getting cool now, man. It was really nice earlier, and it's gone murky, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll catch you, if not just before the game when the team's announced, and we'll catch you at half time. Right, it's half time. We're 1-0 down. Hull are looking comfortable. Well, they were towards the end of the half. Yeah, worrying times. We haven't got a goal-scoring 11 out. I think injuries, particularly Stiperman at left-back, Josh Murphy, a big miss, have cost us a bit. But Hull have, we were all over them like stink on shit for the first 10 minutes. But after that, they sort of found their way into the game, hits on the break and scored. And now, I don't know. We're going to do well to get back into this. So I'd expect to see Farker make some changes. I'd expect to see Nelson Oliveira in the second half. So let's see what happens. It's Duck here, post-game. I'm on a different piece of tech, as you'll notice. I've had all sorts of problems with the tech today. Coop usually handles the tech. But unfortunately, I've had all kinds of problems with it, basically. I've gone through this horrible phase of buying budget tech. So I bought a shitty Sony phone that's just rubbish. I bought a budget laptop that's not working properly. I bought a fake GoPro that's really crappy. So anyway, fortunately I've got my work laptop. So we've reverted to this. Back to the game. Finished 1-1. Unbelievably. The second half really changed once Hull had a man sent off.
So they had a man sent off for a second yellow. After that, they were very much pinned back for more than half an hour. And we did have some chances within that time, but it didn't feel like we were going to get that equaliser. Being in the ground, I think they did a very good job of parking the bus. They had a lot of men behind the ball. We really had them pinned back, but I just didn't feel like the goal was going to come. Farker made some changes, which was fantastic. He brought Wes on. I mean, I expected Wes to start this game, but actually Vrancic played alongside Maddie, and Harrison Reed did start in Tetty's place, so he went with Harrison Reed rather than switch it up. But yeah, he brought Wes on. No Wes, no party. He also brought Nelson on, not like flight with Cam, so we went 4-4-2. We just went all out, and at the death, literally, last play of the game, Nelson Oliveira, sexy Portuguese beast, scored a goal, and we rescued a point from the jaws of defeat. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. Had an out-of-body experience as the goal went in, as most people in the ground did. It took the roof off. Absolutely fantastic. What can you say? I mean, we had our limitations today. I think the injuries, particularly Josh Murphy. I mean, Yannick is putting a valiant shift, but he's not able to take people on in the same way. He's certainly not as lethal around goal. He's just not the same calibre of player. Different player, but not able to give us that. Before they had the man sent off, they had us quite neatly wrapped up, I thought. Stikeman came on as well. I think he was it was a long throw that led to the goal. He threw the ball in, windmill arms. But hopefully I'd like to see him play instead of Husband maybe when he's fully fit. So yeah, I mean, what can you say? I just think it's another example of Norwich showing character, amazing character. We've had 2 seasons where we've conceded a lot of late goals, where we've squandered 2 goal leads, and to finally have a collection of players that have the character, the drive and the desire. They want to play for Norwich. We just didn't have that last year, and we've got that, and that counts for an awful lot. And in the end today did feel like a bit of a win. I do worry about the injuries. I do worry if Alex Tetty's out for a while. I mean, Harrison Reed's a very good player, but he's a different player to Tetty, and I'm not sure with our system if that's the way to go. But it is what it is. Obviously, Pritchard is nowhere near healthy. We understand. Oliveira played today and scored, so hopefully he's finding his way back to 90-minute fitness. Maybe even in time for Ipswich. Next game, Ipswich. Unreal. So yeah, there's not much more to say than that. It was just a fantastic result for the boys. Hey, and funny thing, it's those moments that we go to football games, those at the death moments, the amount of fans that left early to beat the traffic, that is why you don't leave a game early, dickheads, because you miss the best bits. And it only happens once in a while, but it's not like you live in central London. It's not that hard, you got to beat the rush, get out the ground. What's going to save you 15 minutes back to Tatham? Come on, stick around. Anyway, unbelievable last ditch effort from the boys. Fantastic. And next we've got Ipswich. Ooh. They're going to fancy it, man. They might just think that this is the time to beat us, and I hope someone has told Daniel Farker, thou shalt not, under any circumstances, lose a derby. But I think Ipswich maybe going to fancy it. We've got to bring it, and we've got to bring it harder than we brought it today. But you can't win them all. We were a little bit flat today. We had some key injuries, but we still pulled a point out of the bag. We've just got to bring it harder against Ipswich. I'm a little bit concerned about the Ipswich game. I don't think Coop and I will podcast from that, but we will be at the Emirates for the Carabao Cup. Carabao? The Cup. When we play Arsenal, we'll be there, so we will no doubt podcast from that. I think that's about it for me. I've got to do some shout-outs. real quick because I said I would. I should have had this sorted. Where am I? Here we go. Okay, so I need to shout out Simon and Philip Clark in Toronto and Neil Clark in Vancouver. So the Canadian fans who listen to the podcast, thanks ever so much for listening. We appreciate it. Coop and I keep listening, and yeah, hit us up on Twitter. Also, big shout out to Singe and the United Arab Emirates fans, Lawsy in Oz, and Frank in Manila. Love you boys. Can't wait to see you at Christmas. So until next time, Duck in Coop's absence. See you later.